Good morning. Welcome to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. I'm Brent Apperson.
And I'm Gavin Higgins.
You're who?
I know, right?
Oh, my
shocking.
goodness. Higgy, you're up.
I am.
Do you usually get up this morning, this early?
Yeah, usually the girls will get me up around this time anyway,
yeah.
or about 7 o'clock or so.
All right. Well, hey, we got a great way to start the show today. We've got our good friend Mark from Trade Winds Marina at Sherman Reservoir around Loop City joining us here this morning. Time to start visiting with him as we get into that spring and summer season. Mark, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We're doing well. Made it through the winter.
Well, that's good. I've got to ask, is it windy there? Has it been windy there?
I don't know what you consider windy.
Yeah, I know. It's all relative now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like humidity,
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, hey, tell us a little bit about how the winter went. I'm sure that you guys are excited about another season there at the Trade Winds Marina.
You bet. No, we had a like everywhere else, pretty much a dry winter around here, and not much ice fishing happening.
No, there really wasn't. We never really got that good long cold or stretch of cold weather, did we?
No. They started putting water in White Lake a week ago last Friday, so lake's already starting to come up,
Mark,
which is a good sign.
Yeah, it is a good sign. I was going to ask you about the water level, and I know that we're just getting started and everything, but the last several years, I think, we visited with you, we've always talked about how the water level at the lake has been really good through the course of the year. Is there a little concern about that with the weather conditions that we've had, or is it really kind of too early to tell?
I'm a little concerned, but as someone running the business, the longer your season, the better you do for the year. But we'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. I mean, we can't control Mother Nature, so.
No, we can't. Be nice if we could sometimes, but
I know I'd make the wind quit blowing.
Oh man, isn't that the truth? What do you have planned for the marina this year? I'm sure that you're going to be cooking up good food for everybody. You're going to have all the supplies that they need. Tell us a little bit about what's going on as you get ready for the season.
Well, we're open now. We opened on Friday last week, and we're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through. Oh, we'll probably be that way probably through maybe mid-May, and then we'll go full-time.
Okay.
We're running our same specials that we always ran. Sundays is burrito special, and then Mondays is, oh, boy, I forgot. Anyways, we're running our same specials. Mondays, Wednesdays, we're doing a wing night.
Uh-huh.
So wings and appetizers that night. We won't have the grill on for hamburgers and that. And then Thursdays is chicken strip basket night. So yeah, we just added one more special is what we did. So we're looking forward to the year. I mean, we get to see some people. There's times of the year where you're just kind of like burnt out, and you're like, man, I wish people would just go away. And then about the end of January, you're like, God, I wish people would show up.
Yeah, it's fun to renew those relationships that you make in that kind of business, isn't it?
Yep. And then we got our first crappie tournament coming up already. It's coming up in 2 weeks. So that'll be the Crappie Masters tournament, and that's always a good tournament. So.
Mark, I'm guessing with these windy days that we've had, it's probably been a little tough to get out on the lake on occasion. But have you been talking to people as far as what the fishing has been like here in April, or what's the word on that?
To be honest with you, since the ice come off the lake, there's only been like 4 days people could get on water.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering.
And it's just been tough to get out there, and the water temperature on Sunday was 46 degrees, so that makes the fishing really tough.
Yeah.
Nebraska Game and Parks was here at the beginning of April and collected their walleye eggs for the year, and they done really well. So, I mean, the outlook, the forecast, in my opinion, is going to be good fishing this year. Mm-hmm. Once we can get the wind to go away.
Yeah. Anything else, Mark, that you wanted our listeners to know about before we let you go here this morning? I mean, I can tell that you guys are really excited to be open again, and I invite everybody to come in and see you.
Yeah, like I said, right now we're open 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to keep running them hours until it warms up a little bit, and maybe the wind goes away. Like I said, mid-May or so, we'll go back to 7 days a week. We got plenty of bait, tackle. So if you're not a boat guy and you want to fish off the bank, it'd probably be more enjoyable than being in a boat at this point.
Probably, yeah.
So, but yeah, stop in and see us at the marina, and we're just on the east side of the dam at Sherman Reservoir.
Mark, before we let you go, I was going to ask you, I mean, you look at the calendar, Memorial Day coming up later in May. Is it ever too early to be talking to you about getting a spot for Memorial Day weekend if people want to do that?
No, they can give us a call. I do believe we have a couple RV spots still available for Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
But just give us a call at the marina at 308-745-1187 and leave a message during the week, and we'll give you a call back and let you know what we got available. It's kind of a crazy thing, our holiday weekends, Memorial Day, 4th of July, usually by the beginning of February, we're filled up.
Are you really? Man, that early?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to try and we're going to have waiting lists like we do every year. In case someone would cancel, we'll call people back.
Sure.
So, but yeah, give us a call. We'll wait. I do think we have 1 or 2 RV sites left, but I'm not sure. I'd let my wife deal with the bookwork. I don't like bookwork.
I don't blame you, Mark. That's the same way it is at my house. So, hey, well, it's great talking to you. Look forward to our visits each and every week, or throughout the spring and summer anyway, and we always appreciate you taking the time to visit with us.
You betcha. You guys have a wonderful day, and keep your feet glued to the ground.
We'll try. Yeah. Thanks, Mark.
You bet.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. There you go. Always enjoy talking to Mark. You know that spring is here, and it's time to get outside when you start talking to Mark at Tradewinds Marina out there around Loop City at Sherman Reservoir. So we encourage you to take in the beauty of Sherman this season. And like Mark said, hopefully this wind will calm down and we can start getting out with boats a little bit easier and have a little fun.
Yeah, I mean, as a fisherman myself, this wind is it doesn't make anything fun. And I'm looking forward to hopefully when that drops down. And like you mentioned, the fishing forecast is starting to look good with the game and parks coming out and doing their walleye hatch gather. So looking forward to the year, and I'm sure Mark is as well.
All right. Well, as you can tell, it's Brent and Gavin here with you this morning. Dave is gone. Jeremy is gone. Mm-hmm. And I got to be honest with you, I'm bad. You may have to run the show.
Oh.
Because I'm battling self-esteem issues.
That's the worst, but I kind of want to know what self-esteem issues.
Well, I'm just feeling inadequate. Here's the story.
Okay.
And I got to be careful with this because if I present this in the wrong way, I'll never get help again on the breakfast show. So I want to be very careful about this. But the bottom line is this. We knew that Dave was going to be gone today.
Yep.
So Jeremy was originally planning to come in and help with the show. Mm-hmm. So something came up that was work-related that was going to take Jeremy away today. So Jeremy comes in yesterday and starts talking to Dave and asking him, if he's going to be gone. And he's like, well, I'm going to have to be gone too. And so while this conversation is going on, I kind of make mention. I say, well, I think we've got a lot of guests coming in. I can handle the breakfast show by myself.
Sure.
Not a response. Just the next thing I hear is, I'll see if Gavin can come in. And I'm like, what does that mean?
I'm not sure.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know if I'm like the greatest of help. I mean, I'm on the breakfast show like 3 times an entire year, I think. So, this is out of my comfort zone. You're the professional here. So.
Yeah, whatever. No, we're just we're ready to have some fun today, and it is great to have Gavin here in the studio with us. I'm sure that many of you know this by now, but Gavin is going to be leaving the KCNI KBBN radio family at the end of the month, and so this is a great way to get you on the show, and thanks for coming in to help.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate it. Trish is here.
I'm here.
Well, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
How are you, Gavin?
Good.
So where are you heading to?
So I'm headed back to our family ranch in Cherry County between
oh, my goodness. Yeah,
Valentine
I know
and
where
Thedford.
Cherry County is. Yep. Mullen and all up through there.
Yep.
There's some pretty big places up there.
Yeah. So, end of the month, I'll be heading that direction and moving on to something new, I suppose.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little concerned for him because
Why?
he's been in radio work for what, 4 years?
Yep.
You've been here over 4 years?
Not quite, just about 4 years.
Almost 4 years. Okay, Trish, I'm here to tell you the physical exertion of radio work compared to ranch work is very different.
It's vastly different.
So we're a little bit concerned about Gavin, and so kind of work into the ranch stuff easy, would you?
Oh, and the nice part though is you've been making me lug around those the tie line boxes, and they weigh a ton. So got a little help in there.
Got a little stuff going on there. He'll ease into it, but he could always broadcast to the cows.
That's
You know,
true.
He could, yeah. You could do your own
take
radio
a-
show out there on the ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't complain either.
No. They're very easy to get along with. They just look at you like, feed me. We're good.
Exactly.
That's all you need to do for me.
I would think your ratings would be good
I
out
think
there.
They don't
they'd
have
be.
thumbs.
Yeah,
They
well.
can't, it's hard to do the,
Yes.
do the social media from,
Yeah, it'd probably be hard for him to get on Pandora or something. They have to listen to you. So,
have to just set it up for them.
It's all good.
Trish, I'm so glad you've come in
I know.
today, especially with Dave gone. I got to be honest with you. I'm really interested in visiting with you about blackout shades because I have
We
I
could
have this,
really make them black out.
I have this neighbor.
What's his name again? I know that name.
you
He's
know-
right in the same neighborhood.
You know all
got to
about
watch
that,
him.
don't you?
Oh no, I've noticed he's been walking a lot lately. So it's we see him all over. I think he's really just scoping out the neighborhood.
Yeah, it could be. Oh boy. Well, hey, it is great to have you in.
Thanks.
How are things going? I'm sure you've kind of been staying busy.
It's been busy. A lot of commercial stuff going on, which is kind of exciting, and a lot of stuff up around Sargent. So I've been there and all over the place. So that's kind of cool. Doing shades and blinds and getting ready to get some stuff up at Nebraska Owners Insurance Company.
Nice.
That was Troxel. So we're doing some things in there. So hopefully this week, if not this week, next week, as soon as shipment comes in, we'll be good to go.
I know that we've talked about this on several occasions, but I'm sure one of the most rewarding aspects of what you do is to see the process through from beginning to end. You walk in, you work with the person, whether it be in a business, residential, whatever, and you come up with this plan, and then to see it come together and to see the finished product, I'm sure is very exciting.
It is. It's a lot of fun, and it's nice when you get those phone calls because a lot of times people are working. When I go in and put up shades, they'll just, make arrangements for me to be in there. And, it's kind of fun to get that phone call, or I'll text and say, what do you think? And, it's like, oh, I love them. It makes me feel good that I've, done what they expected and maybe even more. It's just like taking down old curtains. I get people all the time. They're like, I don't know how I'm going to get all those down. It's like, don't worry about it. It's part of my install. If I need to take something down, it comes down, gets folded up, and whatever you want to do with it, you know. But even old shades and blinds, I always laugh because a lot of times it takes me longer to get old stuff out of windows because there's this thing about guys and hammers and maybe even nails.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Especially maybe some of the farmers and ranchers that have moved to town.
Sure.
Yeah, screws and screw guns now. Just a hammer and nails. I have taken more nails out of shade brackets. I'm just fascinated by that. Whole theory.
Well, Trish, I mean, as long as it just stays up.
It does.
That's
it
the
does.
key.
Exactly.
But when you're a guy, it's just make sure it doesn't fall down.
These things are like spikes. When you think about it, no, it's not. It's not the ideal fastener for window treatments.
Well, I'm sure that you have seen just about everything.
Oh yeah, and the bent screws are my favorite.
Are they now?
Oh, they are. I don't know how they get bent before they go into the wood, but they come out bent sometimes, and I just look at it like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
But even I get a lot of people that have come in. They'll go, "Here's my measurements." And it's like, no, I would, and I honestly can say I don't think since I've lived here. I did it one time in Vegas and got burned where someone said, "Here's my measurements, order them, and then you can come pick them up." So I made it the point. It's like if I can't measure, I'm not installing because I don't know what I'm walking into.
Well, let's face it, that's where it all begins.
Oh, it
right?
is.
The measurement.
The measurement is the biggest part. And when I have one company that goes to within a 16th of an inch, and most of them are an eighth of an inch. So, when I tell customers that, it's like, oh, so that rounding up might not work. No, that's not round up.
I was helping my wife put up a mirror the other day. I put it up and then I sat the level on it, and I made the comment, "And that's good enough." Do you
wrong?
Do you ever
answer.
do that? Do you ever just go, "Oh, that's good enough"? Okay.
No, no.
All right.
Can't do that.
All right. All right. It was pretty close.
You can try.
Though. It was close. It really was. I'm actually proud of myself at how close it was.
Little piece of paper somewhere underneath.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, no.
It's the difference between like you and I doing something, it's close enough, and Trish doing something it's good enough for us, but Trish's like, no, this has to be perfect, which is obviously a great quality to have.
Because like the mirror, your wife's going to look at that every time and go, it's just not right.
Oh, yes. Trust me, she does that a lot with the things that are up on the wall. Like,
and men hang pictures. I don't know what they're thinking. It's like, okay, I got it. You're 6 foot tall, but that picture should not be up near the ceiling.
Yeah.
There is something wrong with that.
But, this is the service that you give, knowing that everything is measured out correctly and everything is done appropriately.
That's what I try to do. Yep.
Well, you do a great job at it.
Thank you.
I was going to ask you, I know that when we would visit with you in the past, you would talk about the shows and stuff that you would go to, I think in Vegas and things.
Yep.
Have those kind of come back after the COVID thing? Or
Yep.
Okay.
They have, and this year they've done the World Market for furniture and gifts, and some textiles and some things like that have started back up. And there's one in January, like the end of January into February, and now the next one will be in July. It's hot in July in Las Vegas.
I'm
it's
sure.
usually not the ideal time to go. Usually most people like to go in the winter. It's called a winter market, but it's still nice there. And I keep up with a lot of that. It's funny because a lot of the showrooms have gone virtual. So, you're able to go online and check out a lot of things, and which makes it nice when you're kind of held in where, especially during COVID, that's what started all of that. So it was really nice. And even though they're not doing printed catalogs as much as they used to, you can pretty much pull up everything online. So that makes it kind of nice. So, yeah. And then there's drapery shows. There's one of those in Florida that has just kicked back off. And then the furniture market in North Carolina. So, yeah. So all of those are available again, which is nice to know.
Well, it's nice that they hold them in places like Vegas and Florida.
Yeah.
Those sound like nice spots.
Yeah, it's just, got to watch the weather. I'm not a big fan of hurricanes, and Florida's just not. I don't like peninsulas where you can only come out one way. There's something about being stuck down by Miami with a hurricane coming in. That just, I guess growing up on the East Coast with having all those hurricane events, it's just not fun.
We'll have you remind everybody how they can get in touch with you. Yep. But was there anything else that you wanted to mention that maybe we haven't touched on?
No. We had some great news. Spencer is officially on the transplant list. So we
wonderful.
are. Yeah. Awesome. So that's been, that was kind of an ongoing thing with some tests that had to be baselined and all that. So, yeah, we got that call last Wednesday. So we're excited. So that'd be cool. So for now, we do the home dialysis and keep it going. Yeah. So just thank everybody for all their prayers, because I know we had a lot of people praying. So it's keep going.
Yeah, that's what we do. You just keep going one day at a time. Yeah.
You got it. And you can get a hold of me at 308-870-3677. I am in and out of the shop a lot. Afternoons are better for me. So, yeah, anytime, just call, text. I do it all. Email is trishmcdesigns with an S at the end of it @gmail.com.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Good to see you both, and good luck, Gavin.
Thank you.
I'm going to miss you. Even though I didn't get to interact with you too much, I always heard your voice.
Yep, there'll be some things I'll miss, but my family and I are excited to make the move and move on to the next chapter.
Sounds great.
Thanks again, Trish. Good to see you.
Thank you.
We'll continue with more of the Breakfast Show after this.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
The Callaway Good Life Center offers a facility with the comforts of home. Services include skilled nursing care, long-term care, respite care, and more. Callaway Good Life Center is a great place to work, offering competitive wages. Call 836-2267 for more information.
What do you call a steer wearing armor? Sirloin. Keep listening to KCNI KBBN. In May, you can win our Beef Month giveaway.
There you go. Be listening. The Beef Month giveaway coming up 5 minutes in front of the hour. Time for us to go back and look at the school lunch menus, and we'll play the game and then try to hit the news here at 8 o'clock. So as we go to the school lunch menus at Arcadia today, it's beef and noodles on the menu today.
At the Broken Bow Middle and High School, they will be having, once I turn the page to the right day, classic beefy chili with crackers, grilled chicken sandwich, fresh-baked combo sub, chef salad with roasted flatbread, and a fajita deli wrap with golden corn, fruit and veggie bar, fresh-baked cinnamon bun, and, of course, milk.
All right. Wait a minute. Let me go back up. Oriental chicken at Arcadia today. Sorry.
Oh, jumped the wrong day.
I don't mean to throw Dave under the bus, but he's marking out. He marked out the 26th yesterday instead of the 19th. So I looked at the 27th instead of the 20th. So Oriental chicken at Arcadia today. Let's see, at Ansley today, it's going to be sweet and sour chicken at Ansley.
And they'll be having shredded beef at Thudford.
All right, Callaway today, it's going to be lasagna at Callaway today.
Sand Hills in Dunning, they'll be having hamburger on a bun with chips.
Litchfield today, orange chicken on the menu.
Going to SEM, French toast and hamburgers. Hamburgers for lunch, French toast for breakfast at Sumner Eddyville Miller.
And Semmelmyrna Public Schools today, classic beefy chili with crackers, grilled chicken sandwich, fresh baked turkey and cheese sub. Some of your choices at Ann Semmelmyrna today.
And to wrap things up, the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow will be having chili cheese hot dogs, tater tots, mixed veggies, pears, and cookies. They're also having a pool tournament today if you want to stop by the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow.
All right. Let's play the game. It's Big Pig Day. Chance to win a pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays at Runza.
All right, let's see here. I got to find the right day. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
Otto von Bismarck, a Prussian statesman who was born on April 1st, 1815, was known by this nickname: Iron Man, Iron Chancellor, the Pilot, or Führer. Wow.
Yeah, give that to us again.
Holy
What
cow.
now?
Okay. Otto von Bismarck, a Prussian statesman who was born on April 1st, 1815, was known by this nickname: Iron Man, Iron Chancellor, the Pilot, or Führer.
Okay. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Brad's mind is blown.
Just found out I can add any kind of cheese to my Runza sandwich. Swiss, American, pepper jack.
You're in charge of the cheese.
I'm my own man now.
The big cheese.
Gonna start making my own decisions.
The chief chooser of cheese.
Yes, please.
So much power. Get your next Runza sandwich made to order, because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day at your Broken Bow Runza.
All right, what's the answer, Higgy?
So it is Iron Chancellor. Otto von Bismarck, a Prussian statesman, was known by the nickname Iron Chancellor.
All right, closing in on 8 o'clock, you're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Forces. Deputy Mayor Sergei Orlov.
We can confirm that Ukrainian army control part of our city. I don't know exact percentage, but I think that's about 25 to 30%, and we continue to defeat while Russians continue to destroy all the civil infrastructure, all the kill citizens.
Ukrainians refuse to give up a key steel plant where officials say there could be thousands of civilians sheltering in the basement. This woman's cousin is there.
They never tell us about real conditions. Probably they don't want to upset us, but they have very little supplies, food supplies, medical supplies.
She says she hasn't heard from him in over a month. The plant is said to be completely surrounded now by Russian troops. CBS News Special Report. I'm Stacey Lynn.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. One person is dead and 2 others are injured after a car accident in northeast Nebraska. The Cumming County Sheriff's Office said Tuesday that the crash happened 2 miles east of Beamer near the intersection of Inn Road and 14 Road Monday evening. Authorities said a car failed to yield at a stop sign at the intersection and the 2 cars collided. After the collision, a car went down Inn Road and hit the bridge guardrail, according to the sheriff's office. A pickup also hit the bridge guardrail and entered the north ditch. The sheriff's office said Arden Limer of Beamer was pronounced dead at the scene. Marshall Staup of Wisner and Josie Calland of Hooper were both taken to the hospital in West Point for their injuries. Inn Road was closed between Beamer and Highway 9 for around 5 hours. Departments and assisting agencies that responded to the crash were Beamer Fire and Rescue, Nebraska State Patrol, Cumming County Sheriff's Office, and West Point Police Department. The investigation is ongoing. An Odell man was treated for minor injuries after the pickup he was driving went off a road and flipped late Friday night last week, about 4 miles north of the community. Gage County Sheriff's investigators say 64-year-old Michael Renz was driving a southbound 2014 Ram pickup on Southwest 61st Road when the vehicle entered the west ditch. The truck continued until it neared West Pine Road, where the driver attempted to steer back onto the roadway. Authorities say Renz overcorrected and the vehicle skidded across Southwest 61st and entered the east ditch. The pickup impacted the slope of the ditch, causing it to flip over and come to rest on its side in a pasture. Renz was taken by ambulance to Beatrice Community Hospital for treatment of injuries. The party that reported the accident observed a person attempting to get out of the vehicle. Odell Fire and Rescue and Beatrice Fire and Rescue were sent to the scene. Odell Rescue officials were able to free the driver, who was the lone occupant, from the vehicle. Sheriff's officers say Renz was not wearing a seatbelt, but an airbag in the truck deployed. The accident happened just after 11 p.m.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA playoffs, 3 more games, and the Pelicans surprised the number 1 seed in the West, the Suns, 125-114 in Phoenix. New Orleans hit a season-high 17 three-pointers. They were led by Brandon Ingram's 37 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Not only did Phoenix lose the game, but they also lost star Devin Booker. He went down with a hamstring injury in the third quarter, didn't return. His status going forward is unknown. He had 31 points, all in the first half in the loss. Series is now tied at a game apiece, heading to New Orleans. Heat over the Hawks, 115-105. Jimmy Butler leading Miami with a career playoff high 45 points. Heat, the number 1 seed in the East, now have a 2-0 series lead, as that series will now shift to Atlanta. And the Grizzlies topped the Timberwolves 124-96. 7 Memphis players were in double digits, led by Ja Morant's 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. That series is tied at 1 apiece as it now shifts to Minnesota.
Here's your Weatherology Forecast. For today, we'll see gradually clearing skies with winds becoming gusty out of the northwest, increasing to 15 to 25, high temperatures working up to 70. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, a low of 37. For the day on Thursday, mid-70s for high temperatures, sunny to partly cloudy skies, and a slight chance for a shower or storm late Thursday night, low of 53. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Medishare. Maybe you've heard switching to Medishare to pay for health care can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
Currently at our studios, 44 degrees, cloudy skies. I stepped outside. I smelled moisture in the air.
Lovely smell.
It was a wonderful smell. There were even remnants of moisture on the sidewalk in places. So hopefully it'll just bless us and break loose. Who knows? Anyway, barometer 29.71, humidity 74%. Our high yesterday in Broken Bow hit 68 with the low dropping to 44. Our sunset for this evening is set for 8:23. Brent and Gavin here with you on the Get Up and Go breakfast show this morning. We have some guests that are scheduled to come in throughout the show, so we look forward to that. Had a lot of fun yesterday. I went and helped out with the Broken Bow Junior High track meet.
Mm-hmm.
And helped them announce the meet and everything. Man, I tell you, those kids did a great job. The wind was blowing yesterday, and there was that stretch that you would be going directly into the wind. So they did a great job. But when I was helping with it, I couldn't help but think back to my days of junior high track.
Oh, boy.
And it brought back the memory. I always got put in the mile, because I was so short, I was taking 3 steps to everybody's 1 step, so I couldn't compete in the 100 or anything like that. So they're like, well, we'll stick little Apperson in the mile, make him run that. But anyway, when I would get done with the mile, I would always go lay on the high jump mat.
Oh yeah.
And it just brought me, as I was announcing, it brought back memories of always hearing that announcement when I was in junior high. Please get off the high jump mat. And I don't know if she probably doesn't remember this, but I think it was Mrs. Kaiser was her name, and she was announcing, and I still remember she called me out by name.
That's funny.
Now that's good. That's good stuff when you get called out by name at a junior high track meet to get off the high jump mat.
Nothing makes your stomach drop more than having your name called across a loudspeaker. Man, a lot. It hasn't happened a lot, but when it does, it's almost like your mother yelling at you from across a room.
Worse.
Oh, because now everyone is going to make fun of you for it, and everyone will do it.
You got it. We're going to take a time out. Ryan Anderson is here from the Garden Center. We'll visit with him right after you hear this.
Home spruce-ups and improvement projects. Hey, let's be honest, most of us aren't a big fan of them. But when you go to Ansley Lumber and Supply to get started, you'll be done in no time. They have the know-how, materials, and tools that will make it a breeze. From shingle and window options and whole home packages to the simplest of items for your small projects, plus ag supplies like posts, wire, tanks, and more. Visit them soon in downtown Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
Hey. So you're a hardworking individual with no direct deposit. Not a problem. You still deserve free checking. Come visit us at any Nebraska State Bank location in Broken Bow, Callaway, or Myrna. We'll help you choose an account that best suits you and your current needs. No direct deposit needed. You'll even get free online and mobile banking because you deserve it. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
All right, we're back on the Breakfast Show. We have Ryan Anderson in the studio with us now to talk about the Garden Center. Now, I mentioned I had stepped outside. I smelled moisture in the air. Did you smell it?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, did you even feel it? Is it kind of raining out there, maybe? Not kind of, but...
I wouldn't say kind of.
Okay, well...
I did run my windshield wipers a couple times on the way out.
Well, that had to be a good feeling.
So, yeah, kind of figured out where the control was to turn them on again. So.
Yeah, a person forgets even where they're at, doesn't he? Well, hey, it's great to have you in the studio. I'm sure that things are full throttle for you guys at the Garden Center right now.
Yeah, we're filled up, ready to go on the flowers, vegetable side thing. I want to take a little bit, first of all, to we got in a bunch of houseplants yesterday, and we'll be getting those put out. Houseplants have really seemed to be a popular thing over the last couple of years, but really picking up. And yesterday we just got a really good haul of houseplants, some rare ones, a lot of cactus, that sort of thing. So we'll be working on getting those put out this morning, and look on our Facebook, Instagram, and see what we got there, or better yet, come in the store and browse around for those. So not just your normal house plants. So some, like I said, some rare stuff, and different, I guess, which is where we like to be. So along with that, we got in some fruit trees over the weekend. A lot of nice looking peach, probably some of the nicest looking peach trees that I've gotten. So in the years we've been there. So working on getting those out and displayed as well. So four types of apple trees. Of course, you need a variety of, or two different varieties of apple trees to get them to cross pollinate, to get them to make apples. So we have 4 varieties there, and one of them's even I believe it's a Liberty apple, is scab and cedar rust resistant. Doesn't mean it's entirely resistant to that, but it's got some properties built into it that maybe make it a little bit better. So also got quite a few Honeycrisp apple trees. Those trees look good as well. Added Plum Tree to the mix this year. I do have an availability to more types of Plum Tree, but I was talking to the guy, and I said, what's your most popular type of plum, and so that's what we got. And then also a couple cherry trees, a couple varieties of cherries. So got sweet cherry, and then pie cherries, I guess. So got some grapevines. We'll be getting in blueberries, I believe, next week. They're scheduled to come in, so some edible plants there, or edible berries and stuff there. So otherwise, I mean, all the tomatoes, peppers, that sort of thing we have in already. We'll be filling up with more this weekend, and hanging baskets, or the rails are full of those, and got Mother's Day coming up there. So popular item for that. So we're full.
Ryan, I know that we've kind of talked about this, especially with the COVID situation. Supply has always been something that businesses of all kinds talk about. Well, what about for you? Have you found it difficult with the supply and getting some things in, or not so much? How has that went for you?
On some stuff, not really. Not really to me, the important stuff.
Sure.
I mean, like yard art, that sort of thing. I mean, we order stuff for the last 2 years. We've ordered stuff and just never see it. Plant wise this year, everything's looking good as far as that goes. I use a couple, I would say, regional growers that I get stuff from. I was up there last week and seen what they have going, and no really cause for concern there, as well as a couple other growers that we use from out of state. So those orders are coming in, and everything's looking good as far as that goes. Seed wise, we've gotten all the seed that we have ordered. So like our garden seed, whatnot. And I just got a notification yesterday that we ordered some specialized pumpkin seed, different decorative type of pumpkins. and those shipped yesterday. So, I mean, as far as supply on plant material, that sort of thing, we're looking pretty good. It's some of the other stuff that is definitely, I don't know, shortages or just not getting to us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of discouraging in some aspects, but what do you do?
Yeah,
you know?
right.
So,
yeah, it is what it is, right?
Yep. So,
you've been at this for a little while now. What are some of the things you've learned as you've, because I'm sure you've learned a lot while you've been in charge of the garden center.
Yeah, heading into our 5th season. So, you know, I think, well, I mean, one of the things kind of COVID related that taught us a lot, but it used to be, you know, a couple of these places you'd order like the week ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Say for like our flowers and you know, some of our vegetables and stuff, and availability would come out, and you'd place your order, and next week it would show up. And I think now, and since, you know, 2020, now all that stuff's done 6 months to a year ahead of time. So, I mean, it's a lot of pre-planning.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many small things that I've learned, and just been having a great time doing it. Some of our perennials, like our bare root perennials out in the new greenhouse, I don't mean to sound boastful, but you know, this year that some of them probably look the best that they've ever had. Maybe it's having the new greenhouse, and you know, maybe a little bit it's taking, you know, figuring out how to grow them and take care of them and having them look nice. But yeah, our 5th season, those are, you know, a couple of the little things that I've learned, and just having a blast doing it. So.
Yeah. And I'm sure just getting to meet all the people in the 5 years that you've been there has been a real treat too.
Yep. And that's, somebody was in the other day, and, you know, springtime, of course, is our busy season, and it's, you develop relationships with customers and stuff. And unfortunately, sometimes you only see them one time a year. And so that's what we're looking forward to, you know, this spring is getting to talk to some of those people and seeing how things went for them last year, and, you know, what they're changing, what works, what didn't, and just kind of catching up on those springtime relationships. So, but yep, definitely some lasting friendships there. So,
some landscaping things. You have things like mulch and rock and things. Is that correct?
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we have plenty of bagged mulch. We're still, bulk mulch is in the works. I have a little bit back there. We're just waiting for maybe a couple non-windy days consecutive.
Yeah. Consecutive. That's the key word right there. Can we get some consecutive non-windy days? Yeah.
You know, those are like the big hay trucks you see. That's what that comes in on, and loading those, they, you know, mulch when they're loading them, it blows, and we're just trying to pick some days where we can get that down here. So, but it's coming. It's in. I mean, I'm not worried about that. So we'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, mulch, rock, 3 different sizes of rock, plenty of potting soil on hand, and a friendly smile when you come in. So.
There you go. Gloves.
Gloves. Yeah.
Gloves. All right.
Yeah.
Good enough.
So.
And then you got a special shovel or something, don't you? That you've talked about. Dave keeps talking about how he's going to get it to make me use it on his behalf. But so you have some tools and things too, right?
Yeah, we have some watering wands and the root slayer shovel.
Yeah.
So makes digging trees easier. We have a nice little perennial shovel if you're moving some perennials around, and just they go through the roots quite a bit better than regular shovel. So
yeah,
it'll be easy for you to use that way.
Yeah, thanks,
Make it
Ryan.
easier for you.
Are you on Dave's side on this? Is that what this has turned into?
I'm middle of the road. I'm
Okay.
trying to stay neutral.
Just providing the equipment is all.
Yeah.
There you go. Refresh everybody on your hours. I know that you're kind of into your seasonal hours now. So
Yep, we're running 7 days a week through the end of June. So we'll be open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 10 to 4. So it was just easier to put it out that way, I guess. So like, Sundays, instead of running noon to 4, we got to be there to water anyway. So if you're out and about, stop in and say hi.
Yeah,
So-
sounds good.
So,
Anything else you wanted to touch on?
I think I hit quite a bit.
Did you?
so,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll encourage everybody to come in and visit with you, and I'm sure the store will be full of people as we continue to go through the season. So we always appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
All right. Ryan Anderson with the Garden Center joining us here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
The Breakfast Show
Don't know what I do without them. They're awesome.
on KCNI KBBN.
At Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow, improving the quality of life of our residents is priority number one. We offer a unique assisted living lifestyle home for those suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia. When you add that to a safe and nurturing home-like environment, as well as staff that are specially trained in dementia care, providing 24 hours of loving support, you have a family-like atmosphere that makes residents feel right at home. Contact Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow at 872-6387 for more information or stop in for a tour.
All of us at Bruning Bank would like to congratulate all 2022 graduates on your well-deserved success. You have worked hard, and we are happy to share in the excitement of this great milestone in your lives. Whatever your plans after graduation may be, Bruning Bank can help you reach any goals you have for the future. Remember that we have a free checking account with no minimum balance. It's only $50 to open and allows up to 10 free foreign ATM withdrawals. We can also help you establish or improve your credit with a Bruning Bank credit card or a personal loan for a new car or anything you may need. Contact us with any questions. Learn more at BruningBank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Varney Health Mart in Broken Bow has these Health Mart items and many more on their shelves for you. Right now, vitamin D3 tablets, 250 count, are $7.19. Buy one, get one. 24-hour allergy relief nasal spray is $12.49. And to help the kids battle allergy season, children's all-day allergy syrups are $6.99. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
In the studio, let's get them on camera for everybody watching Facebook Live.
Look good, Rick.
Rick Moss, Mike Evans are here. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Rick,
It is good to be here.
I'm going to have you move that mic a little bit closer to you, Rick, if you would, so we can hear you. Well, thanks for coming in, guys. I think that today you're kind of here on behalf of, well, certainly the barn. Right outside of town, and also the scenic Byway. We do want to remind people that this time that we're spending with Rick and Mike here this morning is brought to you by Custer Federal State Bank, so we appreciate them donating the time. But I know that you two in particular have been involved in a project right out there by the barn on the edge of town, and I think we're putting up a sod house. Is that right?
After many, many years of discussion, it's time we did. I'm praying that we get it done.
Yeah. So let's kind of start at the beginning. Where did this idea kind of start from to kind of embark on this project?
Not really. It's so long ago now, I can't think of that. We've probably been meeting 7 or 8 or 9 years on this.
I would guess that's close.
I think
we're the sod house capital of the world, Custer County, which is part of the Byway. And we ought to have something to show. There are a few around that are in pretty poor disrepair that we've gone and looked at a couple of, and there just ought to be something to show people what it was like back in the day. So it'll be a good feature to have at the barn and visible from the highway, and good reason to stop and see us.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. I can't think of a better spot for this project than out at the barn. It's a great place.
Yep.
Yeah, it's high visibility, and Custer County is pretty famous for the sod houses because of Butcher and his photos. And I think Rick and I, quite a few years ago, and then a few other people thought, you know what, we need to have one of these here, and let's go for it. And it's taken a long time and went through a lot of different committees and people, and finally it came back to Rick and I, and we're like, you know what, we need to go for it now. This is tired of studying it, and let's do this. So we just kind of put a committee together. We have a really good committee. We have a couple of them that have built sod houses before, and we've got some insight from people. There's actually one good book, only one good book that I know of, that called Sod Walls, that was written by Roger Welsh, and he actually wrote that book, I think it was in the 60s, and he actually came to Broken Bow and stayed here, and I believe Harry Purcell and Richard Gardner, or Philip Gardner. Philip Gardner.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And a lot of those people helped him. He gives a lot of credit to him in the book, and then it goes right in and it shows you exactly how to build a sod house, which is great, except for nowadays nobody knows how to, get the sod.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, is the sod. Rick is really good at design. He worked in the lumberyard forever, and he managed and did a lot of drawings, and so he can draw up the plans and everything. Which
It's
is
a pretty simple plan for a sod house.
but it's fantastic.
One big room.
It gives us our template, but the hardest part that it's for all of us is how do we get the sod and how do we get it in place, and we got a good idea how to lay the sod once we get it up there, but it's just a matter of getting the sod.
Yeah.
So Dave Downey up at Myrna he kind of made a little machine that runs on his skid steer that we think we can strip it out, because you can't just go with sod like they plant in your yard. It has to be deeper than that. It has to have mud in there as well as the roots, or otherwise it'll just fall down. It can't just be the grass. It's got to be dirt, sod bricks, they used to call them, And Dave, we think we got this machine that he built, and he's going to help us do it. And it basically cuts a big long strip, a foot wide, and then we'll have people go along and chop them every 2 feet. Isn't that right, Rick? 12 by 24. And then we'll lay them double wide, and about every 3 or 4, whenever we think it needs it, we'll crisscross it the other direction, and just keep going on up, and once we get the walls built, I think the roof will be probably the easiest part, really.
More conventional.
Yeah, and we Kevin Cooksley and Shannon, they have the original ridge pole that come out of his great grandparents' sod house, I believe, in 1880s or 1890s. So we have a really neat original ridge pole, and then Stan Sedlacek cut a couple of big old tree trunks with the forks in the trees, so that we can rest that ridge pole across the top, just like they did in the old days.
Yeah.
There'll be a post at each end of the structure.
So some of the sod house pictures, you'll see the big posts on the outside of it, and some do not have that, but that's the style we're going to build. And so it's been an interesting process, and there's a lot of good people involved in it.
Well, it's, in a way, you're creating history, but you're preserving it too at the same time by doing this project. It's pretty neat. Where is your plan to locate the sod house in relation to the barn?
It'll be, if people know where the windmill is, I'm sure they all do, it'll be just west of there, probably 30, 40 feet. We were going to locate it down closer to the barn, but it would have been down low. Erosion would be a possibility because of the bank there.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike Bates came out with his transit. Him and Howard Gaffney came and spent a couple hours with us, and he talked us into moving it back up the hill in the same plateau that the windmill is on. And as it turns out, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
It'll involve a lot less dirt work, for one thing. So we're thankful to Mike. One other person I'd like to thank is Lauren Taylor mowed a whole bunch of the brome grass on the west side of the property that we hope to use if we get some rain, so it's workable.
Yeah.
So we're planning on using the sod from right there on the Red Barn property, which is just between John Deere and our barn. There's a row of trees there, and there's sod on both sides of it that hasn't been touched for a long time. And so Lauren mowed it short, and Rick's kind of been helping with that and getting things lined up, and then on Friday, we're going to try to start construction on the 30th of April.
That's what I was going to ask you. Okay.
And the Friday before that, which is the 29th, of course, we're going to have a gentleman by the name of Don Licking from North Platte's going to bring a team of horses over.
Oh, wow, neat.
And we're going to try to, this is a little bit contingent, of course, on moisture, because I don't even know if you could get a plow in the ground right now out there, But he's going to try to, he's going to show us how they did it with horses, and so it'll be a good opportunity for people to see, when you have a whole team hooked up, what it all involved with the Pioneer standing out there behind the horses, or in some cases later on they rode behind there on sod cutters. And we'll have a grasshopper plow out there for demonstration, and then Don's bringing I'm not sure what they call that kind of a plow, but he'll actually sit on that plow, and it was used as a sod cutter as well. It's a lot of people just picture the Pioneer walking behind the horses, so we'll have that plow there as well. I don't know if anybody's man enough to run those anymore behind a couple of horses, but we will have one there for people to see. So we're trying to let people envision what the Pioneer really went through when they were building a sod house.
And this is when again, Mike? This is what you're talking about right here is the 29th?
It's the 29th. That's at 1 o'clock, I think, is when we're meeting out there, and anybody's welcome to come and watch. We're going to try to get some photos and things like that. I hate to schedule too big of an, Rick and I have both talked about this. We hate to have scheduled too big of an event in case it doesn't rain, and we're going to have to cancel it, So we want people to come and see it, but we won't be able to say 100% for sure it's going to happen until probably that week.
Yeah.
Which is just next week.
Yeah.
So, pray for rain, and I'm not 100% sure if he'll come over if we don't get a little moisture, but we're sure hoping that's what happens.
Yeah.
We'll hold our big event as a grand opening when the project's complete, hopefully this summer.
Yeah.
This coming summer.
Well, I'm sure that this has to be exciting for you guys to kind of be on the ground floor of this project, and now kind of see it really starting to come to fruition. That's kind of got to be exciting.
It is.
Yeah, we involved a lot of people. We involved the university for a little while and stuff, and we went through a lot of different avenues to try to figure out what was the best way to build this, and it got a little bit too in depth, you could say. When the Pioneer came out here, he just pretty much slapped up a sod house with what he had, and we kind of got lost in the thinking we needed to build the Taj Mahal kind of thing, and then all of a sudden we thought, you know what, we got dirt and we got people, and that's about all it took.
Yeah.
And we got some used lumber, and so we're going to try to make it look. We're going to try to make it look old right from the start. We got to use a little bit of new lumber in a couple spots, and we'll probably reinforce it a little bit, maybe better with maybe some rebar or something than what the Pioneers would have had access to. But as you notice in all of Butcher's pictures, there was some guys that built really good sod houses, and there were some that didn't build very good one.
Yeah.
The main thing was it kept them warm and sheltered, and obviously this country survived, so they were pretty hardy people. But
they were tough. They had to be.
The sod house is what they would have froze to death in frame houses anyway, so they just as well have built them out of sod,
Yeah.
You talked about the erosion a little bit. What's the maintenance on something like this like? Not to play devil's advocate, but...
Well, you got to sweep the dirt floor once in a while. Otherwise, on the outside, it should be pretty maintenance-free. The roof would be the only problem, but we're going to do what they couldn't do in the day, and double-layer roofing felt on the roof. And then we think we're going to put sod on top of the roof, a thinner brick pattern. So
there's one up in Anselmo that they built, I'm going to say 20 years ago anyway, or maybe more.
Maybe more.
And it's still right there on Main Street in Anselmo. We stopped and looked at it the other day, and
we were brave enough to walk inside.
Yeah, it's good shape.
I was a little leery of doing that.
And we've been in the one. There's one by town here that one of the walls is fell down, and which is kind of what we wanted, because we wanted to see how the bricks interlaid on the corners, and how thick the bricks were and how long the bricks were. And this Saudi really showed us how that was, and they were really nice to give us a tour of it. And it's out there. I'm not going to mention where it's at because I don't want 100 people trying to get out there to see it, but it's very indicative of how they build them, and we learned a lot on that little afternoon trip Rick and I did, and it is exciting to see it finally coming to fruition here, and I hope we can get it done. The main thing is we got to build when you put the windows and the doors in, that's where your weak points are, and so you got to figure out how to support that through the wind and the rain and the snow and all that.
This will have one entry door and 2 or 3 windows on the sidewalls. So at least it'll let some light in through the windows.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys get this all up, is your plan to open it up for a B&B or something? Or?
That seems to come up a lot.
We actually, in the beginning, that was a very... we think a lot of people would like to go stay out in a sod house.
I was kind of serious when I said that.
But from I think from an insurance standpoint and liability issues and stuff, we're probably not going to allow that, But I guess if somebody wants to pay $5,000, come and stay all night in a sod house, they can probably do it.
Be a nice donation, wouldn't it?
There you go.
Yeah. Well, guys, this is great to talk about, and it's so neat to see it kind of so close to really kind of coming together. Again, you kind of have an initial kind of opening day for this, I guess, on the 29th, right, Mike?
Yep.
But that's kind of tentative at this point.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Donis is on our committee as well from the chief, so she'll help get the word out, and of course we'll keep you guys informed.
Yeah, please do.
You know, and we know we've gotten a lot of help from our fearless leader is Linda Tion up at Dunning, and she gave us a tour of the museum up there the other day, and we learned a few things there too. Saw a lot of nice photos, and you know, we're trying to get a broad view of the history and how they did these things, and she was gracious enough to show us around up there. And she has a place she calls Brando's Bunkhouse up there at Dunning, which is a neat little place. And
she's really got that fixed up.
That museum up there is pretty.
Mostly hunters, but it's just a really nice place for them to be.
And the museum, they've been doing a lot of work up there, so if you get a chance, stop up and see the museum up there at Dunning.
A lot of good stuff in there.
So there's been a broad group of people helping us out, and we're all excited about it because we all love history.
Yeah.
Linda's the new president for this year. The year is well on its start, but she is really energetic, as was Terry Licking, our last president. They just have so much ambition and energy. It's just really terrific what they do for us.
So they really prod me and Rick along here. That's,
exactly.
Which is good for us.
Somebody's got to keep an eye on us.
There you go.
Rick, I know you spend a lot of time out at the barn and such, and I can remember the day the barn was being transported to that part of town. It was really quite an event.
I followed it for a little while.
Yeah.
Down the highway.
But we talk about the addition of the sod house, but just the way that whole property and everything has just kind of grown and come together, that has to make you proud. That it's really a great place.
Improvements every year. We try to do something every year to make it a little bit better, but it's even the flowers have just taken over from starting with almost nothing. A group of us made all of the landscaping decisions, planted everything back in 2009 probably. And most of that's still alive, and it's really, really a pretty place to be, a serene, calm place to be.
Yeah.
And we're right on the edge of town. So.
Yeah.
Rick puts in countless hours out there, and there's been a lot of people in the past that have helped as well.
Stan Sedlacek for one.
And Lauren Taylor spent some time out there, and I think Jim Barney. A lot. There's just a lot of. You start mentioning, you should probably should have a list of 20 people here, but
easily.
But Rick really, there needs to be a huge hats off to Rick for taking care of that place, because he's the man.
Yeah. Anything else, guys, that you wanted to mention about the barn or about the sod house project or anything that maybe we haven't touched on yet?
A couple of things coming up I thought I'd mention. We have our monthly Byway meeting here in Broken Bow at the barn on May 12th. So we'll have a few people down for that. And the annual conference we had for last year, we held in January, well attended, really good event out at the convention center. There were some vendors set up, and I think the plan is to do that again next year. And I won't say where the venue will be because I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but the vendors will be involved again next year. And it'll bring a few people to town. That's what we're after. So.
Yeah.
There is, there's been quite a few people contact me that want to help. So we can always use labor on that, carrying bricks. We're gonna have it set up so it's not gonna be like you're carrying a sod brick 50 yards or anything like that, But we need people to cut the bricks and lay the bricks, and we should have 15 or 20 people there at least. So it shouldn't be overly hard for anybody. If some people want to help and be involved in building the sod house, we'd love to have them. And I suppose the best way would be just hit my cell number is 308-870-0906. And if they want to shoot me a text or give me a call, and they can talk to Rick Moss if they have his number.
870-0165 for me.
Okay.
And just get on our list, and then we'll stay in touch with the weather. Sure. And we're planning on starting at 9:00 on April 30th, and we'd love to have some people help if they want to.
Kevin Cooksley calculated the number of bricks it would take, and I think it was over 1,000. So
Really?
Wow. That's a lot of bricks.
That's a lot.
Big bricks.
Yes.
Yeah. So
All right.
it's exciting.
It is exciting. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming in. Really enjoyed our visit. Going to be exciting to kind of see this all come together. Hopefully Mother Nature will give us an assist, and everything will go on kind of as how you planned it at this moment. But we'll keep people involved, or keep them informed as to what's going on.
Great. We appreciate it.
All right. Mike, Rick, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks, for listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
If you are looking for the latest techniques, look no further. Team Physical Therapy has skilled therapists that are able to offer you not only manual therapy, expert exercise programs to treat your neck, back, shoulder, and knee pain, but also dry needling. Call 872-5111. Our highly trained staff are here to get you moving again and enjoy life. Call 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
This week at Bow Bootery, their sale is for everyone who relies on quality work boots to do their jobs. So check out the leather on your current pair and go and see them. They can help. Save $30 off pairs from Red Wing, Wolverine, Steel Blue, Skechers Work, Twisted X Work, and Tony Llama Work. These are quality brands that won't let you down. Bow Bootery on the Square in Broken Bow. Save $30 on work boots this week on the Square.
Sign up now for a chance to win the Extreme Experience giveaway. One winner will receive the drive of a lifetime behind the wheel of a supercar of their choice. Oh, by the way, there's no speed limit. You must be at least 18 years old with a valid driver's license to enter. We will draw one winner May 2nd on The Breakfast Show. Make sure to enter daily at sandhillsexpress.com/contests. The Extreme Experience Giveaway is brought to you by
Sylvester's in Broken Bow, Chapin's Furniture of Broken Bow, and CarQuest West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. We are growing and are looking for an energetic, results-oriented insurance agent in our Broken Bow office. Insurance license and/or experience is a plus, but not required. We'll pay to get you licensed and trained. Computer and people skills are a must. Please give me a call at 836-2201 for more information on submitting your resume. Check us out at nebraskaownersins.com for further information. We can't wait to have you join our team.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
Purple Wave. We sell big, dirty, greasy things. Get the equipment you need now on purplewave.com. Hundreds of items sell each week. All items guaranteed to the highest bidder, regardless of the price. Bid now on farm equipment, construction equipment, vehicles, and more. purplewave.com. Straight, simple, sold.
Brent and Gavin back with you here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. News coming up in about a minute, but that gives us some time to tell you what's showing at the movies at the Fox Theater here in Broken Bow.
Well, we've got a couple of movies that will be leaving the Fox tomorrow. I think actually just one of these upcoming movies will be leaving. The other two will stay into next week. And they are Fantastic Beasts 3, just PG-13, and that will continue. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Were you a Sonic fan, by the way?
Well, I remember the old video game.
Right, yeah.
It was Sega.
Yep.
Sega.
Yeah.
So I remember that, and then my grandson got me to watch the first movie with him, and we need to go see the sequel. But the movie was, I enjoyed it. It was fun, and I think there's a lot more characters now that show up in this one.
Yep.
That's showing now.
Be bringing in Tails and Knuckles and, of course, Sonic.
Oh, wow.
I do actually know that.
I was just going to say, you do know your Sonic, don't you?
But if you'd like to watch Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it will be available at the Fox as well. It is rated PG. And The Lost City, it will be leaving after tomorrow. So Friday, they'll have their new movies in. It is rated PG-13. And then upcoming movies starting on Friday, The Bad Guys, rated PG. It will be at the Fox. And as I mentioned, Fantastic Beasts 3 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 will also continue through next week. And you can find out their movie times as well as all sorts of other information by going to watchthefox.com.
There you go. Super affordable price when you think about what you might pay going other places to watch the big hit movies that are out right now. I don't think you'll find anything that's more affordable than the Fox Theater. So check out the movies this week on through the weekend into next week. And don't forget, on Tuesdays, thanks to Nebraska State Bank, they do their free popcorn night, which is always a hit.
And it is good popcorn.
So, yes, it is. Yeah, like Gavin said, make sure you check out watchthefox.com, and you can check out all of the times and even upcoming movies coming soon to the Fox Theater. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. The UN says millions of Ukrainians have fled their country since the war began. Spokeswoman Shabia Mantu.
Around 5 million refugees, but also about 7.1 million people inside the country have been forced to flee their homes.
Our Charlie D'Agata reports on how Ukrainian troops are barely holding on to the port city of Mariupol.
Another ultimatum, another deadline for Ukrainian forces to surrender in Mariupol has just come and gone. Both sides have agreed on a humanitarian corridor to allow civilians to leave, but fighting rages on in cities in the south and the east.
And Ukrainians are refusing to surrender a steel plant in Mariupol, which is fully surrounded, civilians sheltering inside. This woman's cousin is there.
I cannot imagine what will happen if something will happen to him. I know how hard it will be for my aunt, for my family.
She says she hasn't heard from him in months. CBS News special report. I'm Stacey Lynn.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles,
Here's Monsi Bolaños.
Last night in Major League Baseball, the Braves beat the Dodgers 3-1, ending a 7-game winning streak for the Dodgers. Max Fried had 8 strikeouts in 7 scoreless innings. Former reliever Kenley Jansen recorded his 3rd save for the Braves. The San Diego Padres beat the Reds 6-2, and the Yankees beat the Tigers 4-2 despite a subpar performance from Yankees ace pitcher Garrett Cole, who was taken out in the 2nd inning with 68 pitches. In NBA last night, the New Orleans Pelicans have tied the series with the Phoenix Suns at 1 apiece after beating them 125-114. Pelicans were led by Brandon Ingram, who had 37 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, while the Memphis Grizzlies also evened the series as they dominated the Minnesota Timberwolves 124-96, and the Miami Heat beat the Atlanta Hawks 115-105 for a 2-0 lead in the series. In NHL, the LA Kings edged out their crosstown rivals, the Anaheim Ducks 2-1, with Jonathan Quick having 29 saves.
Here's your Weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see gradually clearing skies with winds becoming gusty out of the northwest, increasing to 15 to 25, high temperatures working up to 70. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, a low of 37. For the day on Thursday, mid-70s for high temperatures, sunny to partly cloudy skies, and a slight chance for a shower or storm late Thursday night, low of 53. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Hi, everybody. This is Roger Sloan with the Lillian Church of Christ. We used to hear it all the time. If you want to live forever, make Jesus Lord of your life. But I've got news for you. We're all going to live forever. The only question is, where? If you have questions, we have answers. Give us a call, 872-2618, Lillian Church of Christ, where we love to share Jesus.
Currently in our studios, 46 degrees, cloudy skies, barometer 29.72. This is encouraging. The humidity is 75%.
Wow.
Lately it's been already in the 30s sometimes by the time we get to 9 o'clock in the morning. Some moisture in the air, nothing really measurable, though, at this time. High yesterday, 68 degrees with the low dropping to 44, and the sunset this evening is set for 8:23. Again, thanks for tuning in to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Sign up now for a chance to win the Extreme Experience giveaway. One winner will receive the drive of a lifetime behind the wheel of a supercar of their choice. Oh, by the way, there's no speed limit. You must be at least 18 years old with a valid driver's license to enter. We will draw one winner May 2nd on The Breakfast Show. Make sure to enter daily at sandhillsexpress.com/contests. The Extreme Experience giveaway is brought to you by
Triple Blessed Boutique of Broken Bow, Reflection Salon and Spa, and Livia's Boutique in Ansley.
This salute to the class of 2022 at Loop County High School is brought to you by Lazy D Restaurant and Lounge. Ethan Kipp will be attending Northeast Community College to study welding as well as manufacturing and machine technology. Congratulations and good luck to Ethan Kipp, a 2022 graduate of Loop County High School. This senior salute was brought to you by Lazy D Restaurant and Lounge.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Medishare. Maybe you've heard switching to Medishare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
9:07 is the time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We have Brian on the line with us now to talk about Purple Wave Auction Company. Brian, good morning. How are you today?
Very good. Good morning.
Hey, great to have you on the air with us to talk about Purple Wave Auction Company. I'm sure you guys are staying good and busy.
Plenty busy. Lots of equipment out there, and doing everything we can to get the good stuff in front of everybody that we can.
Brian, I was thinking back to, when I was growing up, I loved going with Dad and Grandpa to the auctions, but every time I went, I swear it was like one of the coldest days of the year that we would go, and I would always complain because my feet are freezing and everything else. But now as technology has advanced, this platform I know that you guys use for your auction company, it's really taken off, isn't it? It's kind of the way to do auctions anymore and sell things.
Yeah, exactly. The internet changed all of our worlds. We are a 100% online auction company. And if you go to purplewave.com and take a look at what we have listed, every single picture, video description we do as a company. The sellers do not do any of the pictures, videos, or descriptions of anything on our site. So we're going to show you things that other sites aren't going to show you.
Well, that's what customer service is all about, and I know that you have many people each and every day calling you up and using your service. Are there some things that you're kind of featuring right now as far as your website is concerned?
Yeah, we've got, we have 2 to 5 auctions every single week.
Okay.
So when you go to purplewave.com, you'll see ag auctions, you'll see construction auctions, you'll see government auctions, and so on. You'll see individual retirements and individual companies selling different things. But, in Merriman, Nebraska, we've got a swather selling May 11th that, anybody out there that's in the market might want to take a peek at. It's item DJ1285. If anybody goes to purplewave.com to take a look at this one. The paint's not even worn off this piece yet, so that's and it's setting at a deal right now if anybody out there has a need.
Brian, I assume that it's real easy for people to go to Purple Wave and get signed up to where they can start bidding. Is it a pretty simple process to get started?
Pretty simple and easy. Again, go to purplewave.com. Anybody can look and browse our site without even having to sign up. Mm-hmm. You can even look at past auctions. We went strictly online in 2008. Everything is transparent, and all the results are on there since we went on strictly online in 2008. And you don't even have to sign up to look at that. But if you go to purplewave.com in the upper right-hand corner, there's a log in or register button. Just click on that and just follow the instructions.
Brian, if there's somebody that has, say, a piece of equipment or a number of things that they're kind of thinking about selling, how is the easiest way for them to get in touch with you? Is go through the website as far as contacting you, or are there other ways to get in touch with you?
The easiest way is probably going to purplewave.com and going through that direction. There's a spot on every page. If you have something you're looking to sell, just click on the sell button and follow the instructions. I've got representatives throughout all of my territory in the upper Midwestern United States. Andy Devine lives in North Platte, Nebraska. His number is 308-530-2283. You could get a hold of him directly or go to our website, purplewave.com. Keep in mind, everybody that works at Purple Wave, this is what we do every day. Mm-hmm. It's not a part-time job for us, for myself, or anybody that works for Purple Wave. We're here to help you, to help the buyers, help the sellers. And this is what we do every day.
Brian, I know we kind of touched on this a little bit when you called in last time, but because you deal with the internet, you're basically servicing the world in a way, right?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we sell within the continental United States as far as where our sellers at, but we do have worldwide buyers. We have quite a few buyers, and like we talked about last time, we had a couple bidders from Australia, which is kind of interesting to see where some of these people come from.
I know that as we talk with businesses and such, sometimes parts anymore for equipment can be tough to come by. And I know that some people are looking at auctions now and looking at equipment just to provide parts a little bit too. Have you kind of come into that?
Yes, we do. We've got a bit of that too. There's a number of pieces on. Again, take a look at the descriptions of different parts and different pieces of equipment. We do have some things that we list that either wrecked or City of Kearney's got a big compactor coming up that caught fire in the landfill. That's coming up on our site here pretty quick, and it's all parts or scrap or whatever someone wants to do with it. But yeah, there's quite a few different pieces that we get on for just parts and pieces.
Brian, a lot of people, when they're doing online auctions and things of that sort, they can kind of be nervous about what the product is like on the other side, afraid of maybe going forward and purchasing something and then maybe as a result it not being what they were hoping for. What do you guys do to make sure that that both sides are comfortable, the buyer is happy with what they're going to receive, that they're not going to have maybe a part that's all broken down and unable to use?
A very good question. We do everything you see on our website. All the pictures, all the videos, all the description is done by someone from Purple Wave. The seller does not do any of that data that anybody that's looking at anything on our website. So we do all of that. We're not mechanics, but we do everything we can to give the true and accurate description on our website. We also list the name and contact information of the owners. We encourage you, give them a call, ask them questions, set up a time to go see it. And if something ends up being states away, give a local dealer a call and have them go check it out ahead of time. We encourage, do your due diligence, do everything you can to check it out, and we give you all the information to do that.
Brian, always appreciate you calling in. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention about Purple Wave that we maybe haven't touched on yet today?
Just again, we encourage everybody to go to purplewave.com, check out what we've got out there for sale, and all our listings. Again, 2 to 5 auctions every single week. If anybody has anything that they're looking to sell, go to purplewave.com, get on, let us know, and keep in mind, $100 per piece to sell. That's all we're going to charge you to sell.
Brian, before we let you go, I got to ask, has anybody listed a rainmaking machine yet at Purple Wave?
We would be making quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. Well, Brian, thanks again for calling in, and we look forward to visiting with you next time.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right. There you go. Our friend Brian with Purple Wave Auction Company joining us on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
This salute to the class of 2022 at Sargent High School is brought to you by All East Coffee and Boutique in Sargent. Shasta Handley will be studying to become event tech following graduation. Congratulations and good luck to Shasta Handley, a 2022 graduate of Sargent High School. This senior salute was brought to you by All East Coffee and Boutique of Sargent.
Well, Nebraska, we knew it would happen. The political establishment and their dark money are flooding the airwaves with negative ads filled with lies. Their target, conservative Charles W. Herbster. They attacked President Trump. Now they're lying about Charles W. Herbster. Fact, Charles Herbster will cut taxes for all Nebraskans. His pledge, property taxes must be cut, and no new taxes on gas, medicine, or groceries. Fact, Charles Herbster has paid all his taxes and fees, every single penny. Fact, Charles is the only conservative candidate with the courage to finally fix our broken tax system once and for all. The political establishment and dark money special interests, they won't tell you the truth. Charles W. Herbster is the only conservative who will cut taxes and fix our broken system. Paid for by Herbster for Nebraska.
All right, 17 past the hour. Good to have you with us on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent and Gavin with you on the show today. So let's see. Let's do this. We were interrupted. Well, not really interrupted. Someone came in during a break.
Yep.
Visited with us. So let's just see if we can get that person. There we go. We're going intercom this morning. Christy Wells, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hey, you were in here earlier, and you had like a song request. So since Dave and Jeremy are both gone, I'm guessing I'll let you pick the next song. Was there something in particular?
Well, I just threw out a few people. I said Garth, Bon Jovi, or Def Leppard.
Oh, well, that's quite a selection.
Wide. Well, we never hear the 80s when Dave's around, seems like, so I'd rather, I prefer Bon Jovi.
Okay, well, I have, let's see, I've got, what's in the list here? We got Bon Jovi, Bad Medicine, Bon Jovi, You Give Love a Bad Name, Runaway, Living on a Prayer, Never Say Goodbye. Those are your choices.
Runaway. That was one of the first times I heard Bon Jovi. I heard that song.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you pick Runaway. Here's my question. When you hear Runaway, let's say you don't know who does the song. Mm-hmm. When you hear Runaway, would you guess it was Bon Jovi?
Yeah, I think I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
I don't know. When I play Runaway, I'm just like, that doesn't sound like Bon Jovi.
I seriously remember the first time I heard that song, like, I love this guy.
Ah, okay. Well.
And then I seen him. I'm like, I really love this guy.
Have you seen Bon Jovi in concert?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was my first
I'm
concert
jealous
I
now.
went to down in college.
Oh, wow. Where did you go see him at?
Omaha.
Omaha. Wow. I think they were just in Omaha
I think
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Yeah.
Because when I was there for state wrestling, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi coming whenever.
That would have been awesome.
Okay, well, do you have your radio up? Are you listening?
I will be. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
I still can hear your radio, so with mine being delayed, I can listen to yours, but I'll be cranking yours.
Okay, all right. Well, if you try to crank my radio, be careful because the volume button basically doesn't work on it.
It's just me back here this morning, so yeah, I'll figure out a way to just crank up the radio.
All right, so okay, well, here you go, Christy. This is for you.
Bye.
Kahuna drawing every Wednesday at the Bonfire Grill and Pub in Broken Bow.
All right, 9:31 is the time. Still a couple more things to tell you about, so we're going to take a here with you today. And as we wrap things up, a couple of things to remind you about. First off, we do want to remind you that senior salutes start today, or have started really, on both of our radio stations, on KCNI and on KBBN radio. And today on KCNI, we'll be saluting the graduating class at Arcadia High School. And today on KBBN, we'll salute the seniors of Sargent and Taylor. So be listening for those throughout the day on our radio stations. If you're looking for a good way to start your day or a pick-me-up during the day, we encourage you to give Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts a try in Arnold, Nebraska. It's a great little shop right there in downtown Arnold. They serve delicious drinks, hot and cold, and they have a lot of unique gifts in there for you as well.
Stop by for the first time, which is shocking, during Sork. After Sork we finished up, Jeremy and I went down there to Brewbaker's. Great place to go.
It is nice,
awesome.
isn't it? Yeah.
But definitely stop by. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They have gourmet chocolates, candies, storybooks, kids' baking sets, airplane kits. We mentioned that they've got some great coffee. You can stop by, have coffee with a friend. That's always a great idea. They have one-of-a-kind items, area rugs, wall decor, natural and novelty pet items, and all sorts of other stuff. You can check them out and just see everything they have in that store. And, of course, baked treats are available any time of the day, and breakfast burritos are great to grab to curb your hunger. They have specialty one created daily. Stop by Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts. Again, they are open Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
All right. One more thing to remind you about before we go this morning, and that is our friends at Universal Insurance Agency. They encourage you that if you haven't done it yet, this is a good time for an insurance review to make sure that you're up to date with all of your insurance coverage.
Stop by Universal Insurance, and farmers, we're talking to you especially right now. Review and have the staff at Universal Insurance help look at your coverage. They can help you make sure that you are properly insured on all of your equipment and can help to make sure that your building values are at the appropriate levels before you get busy with the planting season, which if we get a little rain, it's going to be upon us quickly. Call Universal Insurance in Broken Bow at 872-6438 or stop into their office right off Highway 2. Universal Insurance Agency, a division of GTA Insurance Group.
All right. Did we do everything? Did we cover everything? I think we did.
We
right?
did. We have accomplished it. It can happen. The breakfast show continues even if Dave is not here.
Hey, thanks a lot for coming in, Gavin.
Absolutely.
Enjoyed working with you, and we'll look forward to working with you for a few more days.
Yep, one more week. Here we go.
All right, sounds good. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. That does it for the breakfast show. We'll visit with you